Since the first outbreak of coronavirus, COVID-19, was reported in China and its subsequent spread to other countries, which is attendant effects, Nigeria has been on its toes to prevent the spread of the virus to its shores. That effort has now become a combination of prevention, response and containment, following the importation of the virus into the country.
The gentleman who came here apparently may have gotten infected at a point, but walked through the scene, the screening, with no symptoms. And by the time he got to his house, I think a day or two after, he started to feel unwell. And wisely enough, he went to a hospital, and there the doctors examined him, and I believe they found that malaria was negative, and they knew the travel history, and immediately referred him to for a test in Lagos at the Luth testing center, and there it was discovered.
The country in
news.
In the meantime, the Ogun State government says it
Governor consultant to a cement factory in Ewekoro local government area of Ogun on Monday, 24th of February, slept in Lagos, where he had made contact with 3 people before his arrival in Ogun State.
We've stepped up the advocacy, given our literature, so that people understand this virus for what it is. I am aware that we are presently sharing a particular app to our primary healthcare workers that will allow them to use and identify likely suspects.
The governor explained that he has reached out to the Federal Ministry of Health to upgrade the Olabisi Onabanjo University Teaching Hospital, OUTH, which is currently the isolation center in the state, to biosecurity center so as to be able to conduct corona tests. Meanwhile, the government has advised anybody with cold, cough, or any other symptoms to visit government-owned hospital, and in case of emergency, reports should be sent through the following digital emergency centers created by the state: 0801 889 78393 or 0801 889 78392.
Earlier on today, Nigerian student from China's Nanjing Local International Airport, Beijing, who arrived at the Nnamdi Azikiwe International Airport, Abuja via Cairo, has been screened and confirmed to be without symptoms of coronavirus. Emmanuel Anyimiro reports that the student was conducted through primary and secondary screening at the airport.
The female student, who prefers not to be seen on camera, said she came in on holiday and will soon return to China. She is among several others who have been returning to Nigeria through other countries.
Though she doesn't have any symptoms, but
Coming infection, yes, we say alcohol-based suspicious who have a fever or who have symptoms and stops them from traveling.
Okay, thank you so much. We have been discussing with Dr. Osagi Ehanire, that's the Minister of Health here in Nigeria. Thank you so much for joining us on Network News.
Thank you.
And not just the scare, the oil sector has also been affected as oil prices plunged to their lowest in more than a year, putting them on track for the biggest weekly decline in more than 4 years. As the spread of the coronavirus creates fears of slowing global demand, oil markets are hoping for steeper supply quotes by the Organization of the Petroleum Exporting Countries, OPEC audit allies, including Russia, who have said they will take a responsible approach in the wake of the virus outbreak. On the other hand, investors are increasingly worried the epidemic could turn into a pandemic as the virus has spread beyond its epicenter in China to 53 countries. The producer group OPEC Plus, which is currently reducing output by roughly 1 to 2 million barrels per day to support prices, is due to meet in Vienna on March 5th to 6th. In a related development, OPEC and its allies are displaying a renewed commitment to reach an accord that will stabilize oil markets hit hard by the coronavirus. All eyes will be on the group's meeting next week after crude prices slumped to one-year low below $46 a barrel in New York, raising concerns for Nigeria's budget benchmark of $57 per barrel. The disease has slashed fuel demand in China and threatens global economic growth. OPEC Secretary General Mohammed Burkindo says there is a renewed commitment in the OPEC Plus alliance to build the consensus for a joint action in mitigating the current hyper-volatility in the market. Burkindo said the OPEC Plus partnership has proved effective in balancing world crude markets since it was founded in late 2016 and will do so again. You're watching Network News at 9. Time now for a break. The news returns shortly. Don't go away.